Welcome once again, Patriot fans, for another edition of Coach's Corner. Today we're joined by the assistant coach of the Patriots, Chris Caputo. And Chris, we're going to talk about the upcoming Radford game Wednesday night. Also look ahead to Saturday's matchup with Florida Atlantic. We appreciate you taking out some time to talk to us today.
No problem. Thanks, Bill.
Radford coming up on Wednesday, a team that you guys faced down there last year. But this is going to be a completely different Radford team. Last year they had their big guys, two-time All-Conference Player of the Year. He's gone. 3 other starters are gone. Yeah. Very young, smaller Radford team.
Yeah, I think they're probably a team that's still searching a little bit for their identity. When you lose, Art Parakowski, who was the player of the year in their league, and he had 30 against us down there last year, and then also Joey Lynchfleur, and a number of other starters. So I think they're a young team. They're a pretty talented team. Coach Greenberg does a tremendous job with them. I think, they've only played 3 games. 2 of them were non-Division I opponents. 1 was at South Carolina. So I think they're probably trying to search for their identity a little bit, but they'll be energized and ready to play, I'm sure. And they change their defenses a ton, and we'll have to be on top of our game and be sharp.
Last year, obviously, the blowout down there, they really pounded you guys inside. Now, again, a lot of that came from Parakowski being there. Do you expect them to be a little more perimeter-oriented this year? What have you talked about with the guys as far as defending Radford on Wednesday?
Well, it's funny. We haven't really talked about defending them at all. We got back. We woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning on Monday, came back. I had class. Yesterday was our off day. So we've spent some time yesterday and then this morning getting ready, and then we'll talk to the team this afternoon about Radford. But, I think the biggest thing for us is just to maintain our energy level defensively. Obviously, having played 3 games in 4 days down in Charleston, now coming back, quick turnaround, 1 day's preparation. It's not too much that you can, really go over. You're going to go over their basic sets and what they're going to do offensively. But really, it's more about, making sure we're true to our principles and we're playing with a lot of energy and, giving them the 1 or 2 or 3 things that we really want them to focus on. One of them might be keeping them off the offensive glass, to get 3 front court players that are terrific offensive rebounders, and that'll be a big focus.
You mentioned Charleston. Where do you see this team now after 4 games? 1 and 2 down there. Could have easily been 2 and 1 with the overtime loss to Wofford. But were you pleased overall with the 3 games, the effort the team did?
Well, I think we were pleased with the effort. You're never satisfied. You're certainly never pleased when you lose. But I think Wofford, having Wofford on their chest, maybe doesn't give them the type of credibility with people as we know that they have. I mean, they had 26 wins last year, got everybody back. They went 22-3 in their last 25 games. So they're an NCAA tournament type team. They're a team that's going to win multiple, double-digit games in their league and is going to have a chance to play in the NCAA tournament again. So had we won the game, I think it would have been a great win. And because we didn't win the game and it was an overtime game, maybe it wasn't. It wasn't a bad loss, but I think we learned from those things, and at this time of year, we're hoping that we can take what we learn in those tournaments, especially when you're playing 3 games very quickly. You don't really have as much time to prepare, but it's a good sample size for you to go back and look at the tape and say, here's what we did well, here's what we did poorly. But if you look at the teams we've played, Harvard, got a chance to win their league. We think Charlotte won 19 games last year and was a postseason team. And hopefully, their new coach, they'll get their act together. They're going to wind up winning games in their league. NC State's got a chance to be an NCAA tournament team, a top 4 or 5 team in the ACC, and then obviously Wofford a chance to win their league and make the NCAA tournament. So I think our schedule's been pretty good, and we've been right there.
You talk about playing some teams that are going to be tops in their league, not to jump past Radford, but looking to Saturday's game against Florida Atlantic. They're a team that's expected to be 1 or 2 in their side of their conference, and they come in with a coach that a lot of people from this area will know, Mike Jarvis, sure, formerly of GW. Yeah. They're not going to be, and again, you talk about the name on the front of the jersey, Florida Atlantic, not going to be a pushover that most people would think of when you hear the name Florida Atlantic.
No, I mean, obviously Coach Jarvis has done a great job wherever he's been, whether it's been Boston University or GW or St. John's. I mean, he essentially recruited, coached the team in St. John's to play, away from the Final Four. And so, they've done a great job of energizing that program. They've done it with in-state guys and a lot of young guards that are from the state that are, they're going to play really hard defensively, as his teams always have. And I'm sure they're excited to bring him back to the area. So, no, I mean, I think that's been one of the goals in scheduling, and Coach Conkle and Coach L have done a great job with that, and that we're trying to play teams that are going to hopefully be at the top of their leagues. Because I think when you do that, you know, you have some tough contests, but if you win, it's going to help RPI-wise, and if you lose, it doesn't hurt you as much.
Coach, after Wednesday against Radford and then Saturday against Florida Atlantic, you then have 3 more home games. It's the longest homestand I think you guys have had under Coach Larrañaga. It's got to be good right around the holiday time to be able to sit here at home and kind of get the guys into a groove.
Yeah, I mean, I think the first thing is you don't miss too much class, and that's an important thing for us, obviously, this time of year as we're getting towards the end of the semester. But the other thing is, you know, we're home and we expect to play well, and hopefully, you know, as we go into this 5-game homestand, we're not going to look past any of these games. But as we go along, we're hoping that we can play well and that we can build on each game. And if we do that, then we have a chance to, you know, start off pretty well, you know, going into conference play. So, you know, we're excited about being home in front of our fans. We want to give them the opportunity to come out, and we hope that they do.
All right, well, it all starts Wednesday, 7 o'clock here at the Patriot Center, a 5-game homestand. Coach, we appreciate the time today. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Bill.
That's assistant coach Chris Caputo here on Coach's Corner. Again, Radford, 7 o'clock Wednesday night, a tip-off from the Patriot Center. Be sure to join us there, and you can check it out all at GoMason.com.